Welcome to the CompTIA A+ Prepcast presented by baremetalcyber.com. Command line tools for managing disks and files are core utilities for any technician, especially during recovery, deployment, and backup scenarios. These tools allow support professionals to interact with the storage layer directly, even when the graphical user interface is unavailable or unresponsive. Whether working from safe mode, Windows pre-installation environment, or an elevated terminal session, these commands help automate tasks, validate drive health, and move or mirror critical data. For the A+ Core 2 certification, understanding these commands is essential, not just for passing the exam, but for supporting real-world systems when file access or drive health is in question. One of the most important commands in this group is format. The format command initializes a storage partition by creating a file system, allowing the operating system to read from and write to the disk. This process completely removes any previous data on the volume. The technician must select the correct drive letter, specify the file system type, such as NTFS or FAT32, and determine whether to perform a full format or a quick one. Format is powerful, and because it permanently deletes data, it must be used with extreme care. In deployment and imaging environments, format is often the first step before installing a new operating system or restoring a drive image. The syntax of the format command supports several options that determine how the operation is carried out. Using the /fs switch, followed by the file system type, lets you specify NTFS for secure modern file systems or FAT32 for compatibility with older systems. The /Q switch triggers a quick format, which skips the surface scan and simply prepares the file system headers. This is faster, but does not check for bad sectors. In exam questions or job tasks, you'll often be asked when to use full versus quick formatting, especially in cases involving questionable disk integrity. Another essential disk-level tool is DiskPart. DiskPart is a command-line utility that gives granular control over partitions and volume labels. With DiskPart, a technician can list all drives, select a specific disk or volume, create new partitions, assign or remove drive letters, and even mark partitions as active or hidden. This tool must be used carefully, as it does not offer confirmation prompts by default. Deleting or formatting the wrong partition is easy if selections are not verified line by line. DiskPart is a preferred tool when building imaging scripts or working in environments without a graphical partition manager. When dealing with questionable disk performance or system crashes, xcopy becomes a key tool. This utility scans a selected volume for file system inconsistencies and physical damage. Using xcopy with the /F switch will fix logical file system errors. Adding the /R switch extends the scan to include bad sectors, attempting to recover readable data. xcopy is used after power failures, improper shutdowns, or when file corruption errors appear. In some cases, xcopy is automatically triggered during startup if the system detects irregularities. Technicians must know when to run it and how to interpret its results. For file operations, copy is limited in functionality and works best for individual files or flat directories. xcopy expands that capability by allowing recursive copying of folders, filtered selection by file type, and preservation of file attributes. xcopy is particularly useful when migrating user profiles, archiving departmental data, or building automated deployment scripts. Flags like /S and /E control subdirectory behavior, while /Y skips overwrite prompts ideal for unattended operations. Knowing when to use xcopy instead of copy is frequently tested and commonly applied in practical tasks. In contrast to xcopy, robocopy offers enterprise-grade functionality. Short for robust copy, robocopy supports mirroring entire folders, resuming interrupted transfers, and logging progress to a file. It also supports multi-threaded copying, which can drastically reduce copy time on large datasets. Multi-threaded options allow robocopy to process multiple files simultaneously, making it suitable for overnight backups or large-scale data migrations. Flags such as /mir, which mirrors a folder and deletes anything extra on the destination, are powerful but should be used with precision. robocopy's advanced switch set makes it a technician favorite for scripts and high-reliability tasks. /R:3 tells the system to retry a failed file 3 times before skipping it. This is useful for transferring files over unstable network links. The /log:/filename switch writes a detailed operation record to the specified file. These logs include success messages, retry attempts, skipped files, and access errors. Documentation generated by robocopy is valuable not only for internal tracking but also for confirming that backup or transfer tasks completed without data loss. Beyond deployment and backup, these tools are critical in recovery scenarios. If a system has crashed and only safe mode or a command prompt is available, a technician can still use format to prepare a new drive, disk part to structure partitions, and xcopy or robocopy to recover personal files. When operating inside Windows recovery environment, these tools are often the only available option, especially when the graphical interface won't load. The A+ certification includes multiple recovery-based questions where command-line file manipulation is the only valid solution. For technicians managing multiple systems or building consistent deployment methods, scripting these tools is key. Both xcopy and robocopy can be embedded into batch files or startup scripts to automate file copying, backup routines, or log generation. By combining commands, adding conditions, and using environment variables like %username% or %temp%, scripts can be reused across environments. Command-line file management becomes a repeatable and error-resistant part of the technician's workflow. On the exam, you may be asked to interpret or modify such scripts based on a deployment goal. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Another essential utility is SFC, which stands for System File Checker. Running the command sfc /SCANNOW scans all protected system files and replaces corrupted ones with a cached copy from the Windows installation source. This tool is especially useful when the system is unstable or applications crash frequently, yet the root cause is unclear. It must be run from an elevated command prompt, and in some cases, the repair will require a reboot to fully apply. SFC is often used alongside DISM for more advanced system repair workflows. The DEFRAG command is used to defragment hard disk drives, or HDDs, by rearranging file blocks for faster access. Over time, files become fragmented across the disk, which slows down performance. DEFRAG consolidates those fragments into contiguous blocks. This command is not used on solid-state drives or SSDs, which do not benefit from defragmentation and may even be harmed by it. You can run DEFRAG manually using the command DEFRAG /C:, or you can schedule it through Task Scheduler for recurring optimization. The shutdown command automates restarts, log-offs, and power down events. It is commonly used in batch files or maintenance scripts to reboot systems after updates or maintenance tasks. For example, shutdown /R/T/60 will restart the system in 60 seconds. You can also use the /S switch to shut down and the /F switch to force applications to close. In remote management or unattended environments, shutdown provides full control over system power behavior. Tasklist and task kill are two commands used to view and manage active processes. Tasklist displays all running applications and background processes along with their process IDs. This information helps technicians identify which processes are using excessive memory or CPU time. Task kill allows you to end a process by specifying its process ID or name. For example, task kill /PID /1234 // will forcibly terminate the process with ID 1234. These tools are invaluable when a system becomes unresponsive, or when malware must be killed without opening Task Manager. The attrib command manages file attributes such as read-only, hidden, system, or archive status. You can add or remove attributes using plus or minus signs. For example, attrib + r filename.txt marks the file as read-only. To remove the read-only status, use -r. You can also combine this with dir /a to display hidden files in the directory. Attrib is useful for unmasking protected files or for preparing content for backups or archiving routines. While many technicians use graphical editors to view or edit configuration files, command line tools like Notepad or Edit are still useful. Running Notepad filename.txt opens the file in a standard Windows editor. Edit is a legacy command still present in older recovery environments or command shells. In recovery or imaging scripts, launching configuration files quickly with a known tool saves time and ensures consistent formatting. These editors also allow you to make small but important changes to initialization files, logs, or batch routines. Let's walk through a real-world example using robocopy. A technician is tasked with backing up a user's profile before re-imaging the system. They use the command robocopy /c:\users /john d:\backup /john /mir. This command mirrors the source folder to the backup location, preserving structure and deleting outdated files from the destination. After the new image is deployed, the same robocopy command is used in reverse to restore the profile. A log file created with the /log option is attached to the support ticket for documentation. Scripting these file operations increases efficiency and reduces the risk of manual error. In batch scripts, technicians might include commands like xcopy, del, or mkdir to prepare folders, copy files, and clean up afterward. These scripts can be scheduled using Task Scheduler or executed remotely with administrator privileges. Using environment variables like %username% allows scripts to apply automatically to different users, making them flexible for enterprise use. The A+ exam may show a sample script and ask you to explain or modify it to fit a task. In recovery environments such as Windows Recovery Environment or Windows Pre-installation Environment, known as WinPE, many of these commands become the only available tools. You can use diskpart to prepare drives, format to initialize them, and robocopy to recover data from an old installation. CHKDSK and SFC help ensure that the file system is healthy before reinstallation. These tools are frequently used when graphical repair tools fail or when system corruption prevents normal startup. The ability to use these from memory is an expectation in real-world support and an exam requirement. To conclude, disk and file tools such as Format, Diskpart, CHKDSK, xcopy, and robocopy give technicians the ability to prepare, move, and restore critical data in any environment. Understanding their syntax, purpose, and safety considerations allows you to work confidently in live support and recovery situations. Many exam questions involve selecting the right tool, using the correct switches, and predicting what the command will do. Practicing in a virtual lab or recovery shell is the best way to build fluency and prepare for anything the A+ certification may test. Thank you for listening. Please visit baremetalcyber.com for more cybersecurity information, podcasts, books, and more.